Come on. You ready? Are you kidding me? It wasn't even recording. Guys, happy Vlogtober Day number 2. Today is the 23rd of September, I think. Yes. It was a night last night. It was a night. I'm exhausted today, and when I tell you the story, it's like so ridiculous, but I also think all the dog moms and dads out there are gonna feel where I'm coming from. Sorry, Dixie's mad because Daisy's in the picture here. Excuse me, ma'am. So, where to even begin? So yesterday, don't eat my breakfast, please. Yesterday was absolutely insane, and I had issues with both the dogs. So yesterday, Daisy had her appointment to get more of her puppy shots, and I knew that going into the day, and I was like, it's fine. And I also knew that we had our nephew's birthday was yesterday, and so his birthday party was last night. And I was like, I know she's gonna get these shots, but like I'm gonna monitor her, and then I'm gonna be able to just let her sleep while we go there. And then like we weren't gonna be gone that long. So I was like, it's gonna be fine, which it would have been fine. But I take her, we get the puppy shots, we come home, I'm like, things are great, like she's acting fine. And then I take them outside, I keep both the dogs outside, and our neighbor behind us, he has like bees, like honeybees, okay? And he lets them out every day, and it's never been an issue. I mean, it's annoying, but there's not really a lot I can do. He's not breaking any rules or whatever. So it's just kind of unfortunate that we live behind this person who owns bees, because when he lets them out, like at a certain time every day, they all like come over. There's like hundreds of bees outside. And so when I walk out on my back deck, I've got like bees swarming around me. But again, according to everything we've read, he's not actually breaking any laws. Like, we can't really do much about it, unfortunately. So anyway, all that to say, so there's like all these bees swarming around, but I'm like, I have to take the dogs outside because Dixie hasn't gone out, and like Daisy needs to go out and whatever. So I take the dogs out, things are going well, I'm on the phone, and all of a sudden I see Dixie like swatting at her face, and I'm like, what is happening? So at first I was like, did she try to bite one of the bees? But she didn't yipe or anything, so I was like, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. And so then the bee lands on her back, and like she's trying to like bite at it to get it away, and it like will not leave her alone. It's just like, you know, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, so I'm swatting the bee away from her. I get the dogs inside, and Dixie of course is acting funny, but I'm like, I don't think it stung her. I'm not really sure. She's not the type of dog that really like yipes, or like when she gets shots, she doesn't like cry or whatever. Like Daisy, I heard her yesterday like crying and like was not okay, but Dixie doesn't do that. She just kind of tolerates pain and whatever. So I was like, I don't know if it stung her. I don't want to like overreact, so I'm just gonna keep my eye on her. Well, she was acting super weird, but I was like, maybe she's just traumatized by being attacked by a bee. I have no idea, but there was like no swelling, no indicator that she had actually been stung. So I was like, okay, so I'll just watch her. And so then I was reading up on it, and I was like, okay, most reactions will happen pretty quickly, and she like didn't have that, but I was like, but some could be delayed for a couple hours is what I read. So I was like, okay, what do I do? So I called up my best friend, and I was like, would there be any way for you to watch the dogs for a few hours so we can go to our nephew's birthday party? Just because this happened, I don't want to leave Dixie, and like, you know, obviously I don't want to leave Daisy if I don't have to, like if we have another option. Though Daisy was completely fine at this point. I mean, just other than like if you touched where she got her shot, she would cry, but she was like completely fine or whatever. And so my best friend was like, sure, like, can you bring them in my house? So I was like, yeah, no problem. So James comes home, we get everything ready to go, we like load up the car, and Dixie throws up in the house. And so I was like, that was odd, but like, okay, dogs throw up, like I'm not gonna worry about it. We get her in the car to leave, and she throws up all over my lap, and I'm like, okay. So in the process of like, thankfully we were still in the driveway at this point. Like we hadn't actually like, we just like backed out of the driveway and it happened, you know? So James like parks the car. He takes her, puts her in the grass. I'm like trying to clean up the car, and she's like throwing up, like just, she goes to a spot, she goes and whatever. So I'm like, this is too much in like a short amount of time. And because she's a small dog, there's the risk of like, her dehydrating or whatever. So my vet's office was getting ready to close in like 10 minutes. So I'm like, I'm just going to call them and see what they recommend I do. Because they're always really good to be like, yeah, this, you should worry about this, or no, like just keep an eye on her, whatever. And they were like, we recommend you take her to the after hours office. So I'm like freaking out because I'm like, did she get stung? Like, is this a reaction to that? Like, I don't know what's happening. So James takes her. He's like, you know, you stay, dog life. You stay home with Daisy, and I'll take Dixie to the after hours vet. So he gets there, and it's like going to be a 4-hour wait. And they come out, and they're like, okay, all her vitals look okay. Like, it doesn't look like she's having a serious reaction. So we have a few like serious cases before her. No problem. Like, obviously, like if I brought my dog in and she was having like a serious reaction, I would hope that like she would be pushed to the front of the list. But at this point, Dixie seemed to be fine, whatever. So James waited, like I think he got there at 6 o'clock. He did not get home until 11:30. And they basically were just like, we think it was just allergies from this bee incident, but they're like, we can't tell where she even got stung. So who knows if she even got stung, but all I know is she was fine until that happened. So I don't know if like she maybe had like anxiety from that experience, because I mean it was like the bee would not leave her alone, and like I was like swatting at it. I thought I was gonna get stung. It was quite dramatic. And all that to say, like, we missed our nephew's birthday party, which I was so upset about. Like, I called my sister-in-law crying because I was just like, I'm so sorry. And she's like, no, like, take care of Dixie. And like the family was like asking for updates all night. And then my best friend ended up coming over and staying with me for a little bit as I waited, because I was I could cry thinking about it right now, as I waited to figure out what was wrong with Dixie, and like just not being there and having to wait. But like, it's all fine. She's good. Thankfully, she's good. They like gave her the fluid under her skin, and they gave her a shot and put her on Benadryl, and you know, she's fine. She's acting fine this morning. But it was very traumatic, because it was scary, because I was like, I don't know if she got stung, so I don't know if that's what's happening, you know, or if she just has gotten sick. But I was just like, obviously it sucks, because it's like, of course these things happen when your vet's office is closed. Because if it had been during the day, I could have called, and then I could have kind of like seen what happened, and then been like, okay, I need to bring her in, or, you know, because she wasn't having, like, she didn't have swelling or anything. So it was like, I don't know. It was quite the experience, but I'm happy to report both girls are fine. They're like trying to find a toy. Oh, now they're gonna play with each other. Probably start being really loud in this vlog. But both girls are fine. I am fine. This is a very long story time, so I'm sorry. I just needed to share with you guys. I am so tired from that whole experience. It is 9 o'clock. I need to figure out what I'm doing today. I don't even know if I'm gonna wash my hair. I don't know if I'm even feeling like I have the energy. I need to work on new releases, because I was trying to get those up, and so not with the new releases, just because everything that happened last night, I was like, but I need to work on new releases. I need to clean my house. I think we're gonna pressure wash the front porch tonight. Yeah. I don't even know. I'm just like, this is one for the books, man. This was such a night. But the important thing is both of my dogs are fine. Thank goodness, because I was losing it last night. I was just like, oh my gosh. So yeah. There's your Vlogtober story time. Hopefully that's the only one we have this Vlogtober. Like, no more crazy experiences. But I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna drink my coffee, I'm gonna try to get myself awake and figure out what in the world I'm doing today, and then I will take you along for my day. But I know this vlog's already gonna be long because this clip's already almost 10 minutes long of me explaining the bee situation. That's probably what I'm gonna title this vlog, is the bee situation. All right. I'm gonna relax for a little bit, cuddle with my puppies, and figure out the rest of the day. All right, guys, so after I filmed all of that yesterday, I just felt so like emotionally exhausted. We honestly didn't really do a lot, and then we ended up going to spend time with our nephew because we missed his birthday party the day before because of all of that. So I didn't end up filming anything else for the rest of the day, just that little story time. But I figured I could still keep it in here because it's just like a crazy story to share with you guys and whatever. Not every Vlogtober day has to be like this, like big, sorry if you guys can hear Daisy howling, but not every day has to be like filled with a ton of stuff. And I'm trying to remind myself of that. So I'm just going to keep this as Vlogtober day number 2. We are gonna just have a little story time for you guys and then keep on trucking with Vlogtober. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and hearing my craziness with the dogs. Anyway, if you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Oh. Daisy wanted to say What? Okay, I'm trying to end the vlog. So make sure that you click subscribe, you click that bell notification, you give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more of Dixie and Daisy, because they're kind of cute. Daisy's just not even going to give you the option. She's just showing herself here. All right, but that is it for this video, and I will see you guys tomorrow with another new Vlogtober video.